Rosie, that salad was delicious, but it was really light and fresh. I want to make something that has got some body to it, something to fill you up. Exactly. So what I've got here are some chukche noodles, which are basically sweet potato noodles.
Have a little try.
You can try them. They sometimes call them glass noodles as well. And they're Koreans love them. And usually they're served as a cold dish. And what I do with these is I pop them into some boiling water, salted, about 6 minutes, take them out, refresh them, and then just let them sit there like this. I can
see that with soy sauce.
Now, the dressing is the most important thing. In the bowl there, I've got garlic and ginger. I want you to microplane some of that. And while you're doing that, I'm going to add some rice vinegar, about 1/4 cup on the side there like that. I'll squeeze that in there like that. And I've also got some sugar. I'm using some coconut sugar because I like my dressings to have some sweetness to it. You use the maple syrup, and I'm using 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar.
There's a richness it brings, isn't there?
And I'll put another one in there just because it'll make it even richer. How's that? Now, I've got some Kaffir lime leaves here.
Lovely.
And they have a beautiful flavour.
They really do.
What I do with these is I slice them really, really fine on an angle like this, and I'll put them in the dressing. When you cut them really fine like this, it sort of breaks up the fibres. They have got a little bit of chew to it, but it will flavour up the dressing beautifully. If you really want to get technical, what you can do is take the stem out of the centre of it and slice it up. But, you know, we like to live on the edge a little bit, don't we?
We certainly do. I think that's gorgeous.
In goes the Kaffir lime, and I've got some soy sauce here, which I like to add. I'm using a light soy, which has got a lovely flavour to it. You can grab that bottle and keep pouring it. There we go. About 1/4 cup until your arm starts to get sore. There we go. And I like a fair bit of it. I've also got some oyster sauce in here as well, which will give it some thickness. In it goes. That's about enough sauce here, Rosie. There we go. I'll take that out. And some fish sauce. Now, fish sauce is quite strong, so use it sparingly. I reckon about 1 teaspoon is about all you need, so I'll take the lid off that one there. About 1/2 teaspoon is all you need.
You know about it when fish sauce is in the room.
Oh, my God. Now, the worst thing you want to do is spill it on yourself, so just be careful of that one. Now, I've got some lime there. I want you to squeeze that lime in there and then whisk it all together. Now, over here, Rosie, I'm going to turn my pan on because I want to cook this nice and gently. I've got some prawns, and you can see these prawns. I've taken the head off them, I've taken the shell off them and the tail, and I've deveined them, which means I've taken all of the...
Very healthy, those prawns.
Exactly. I've taken all the nasty stuff out of the middle. Now, what I'm going to do with these prawns is cut them down the middle like this. If you cut them down the middle like this, when you cook them, they curl up very, very nicely. So what I'll do is slice them all down the middle, and once I've sliced them all, I'll season them up. But there's nothing better than having a few beautifully sautéed prawns on the top of your salad, which makes it even more luscious and tasty. And it makes it look gourmet, because if you see the prawns on the top, you think the prawns are all the way through it, but they're not. They're only on the top there. Now, because it is the meat of the sea, I will add some salt to that, just a little sprinkle of salt on the outside, and my pan in about 30 seconds will be warm enough, and I'll know my pan is hot because the little dot in the centre there will be all the way through, and that'll tell me that my pan's hot. Now, when you're cooking prawns, you want to make sure you've got a little bit of heat in there, but not too much.
Now, this smells delightful. Again, it's quite summery. Like, as a vegetarian option, I could probably use, there's a lovely vegetarian oyster sauce now, used with mushrooms, and just not have that fish sauce and have a bit of tofu, tempeh.
Now, what I'll do is just give that a little bit of a toss around like that to see all the prawns come apart. Now, what I've got is the noodles. And, Rosie, I've got the dressing here. What I'm going to do is pop some of the dressing over the noodles. Now, if you're worried about me using my hands, just turn away, because I love getting my hands in here, because that's what's going to hold it all together.
We're all friends here.
I'm going to give it a bit of a snip up here with the scissors to break them apart. And I use my hands to mix it all around like this to make sure I've got the dressing in the noodles. You could use some tongs if you want, but I just love getting my hands in here. Now, what I'm going to do is start to bring the salad together. So I'm going to pop the noodles in the bottom, and you can smell that dressing has gone all the way through. It's smelling really, really delicious. And I'll just give this a bit of a stir. You can see the prawns are cooking up really quickly, and they're curling up. Now, what I'm going to do is just sort of load this up with all my garnishes around the outside. I've got some cucumber that I've cut there. I've got some capsicum and some onion. I'm mixing around the side there as well. And I've got some fresh herbs. I've got some mint on the side here that's been picked. I've got some coriander, and I know a lot of people don't like coriander, so you can take that out of it if you want. And I've also got this lovely Thai basil that I'm sitting around the outside here as well. Now, to make it sort of, because it is a sort of Korean dish, I've also got some kimchi that I'm going to put on the side here. A nice big dollop of kimchi goes on the side there.
Good for the guts.
And for a bit more protein, I've got some, got an egg that I'm going to put all the way through there. And if you can put the chilli on top of there, and what I'm going to do is stir these prawns around just that last little bit to make sure they're cooked. And you can see, Rosie, they don't take very long at all. And all I need to do is pop these prawns right into the centre there like that. So you've got the hot prawns on top of it, all those beautiful salad ingredients around the outside. And the idea of this is to mix it all around as you eat it. I'll pour the rest of the dressing over the outside here like this. And then we call it the toppers, don't you?
Yeah,
Here we
toppers.
go. Deep fried shallots. If you can pass the peanuts over there as well. Some sesame seeds go around the outside as well.
Different textures there.
Loaded on there.
Love it.
Some peanuts are great.
This
I
is
love the
great.
flavour they are. And also some sesame seeds over the
got
top of
it.
it. All we need to do is hook into it. Now what I'm going to do, Rosie, is just mix that around a little bit so you get all the flavours in there. Bit of noodles in the bottom, I'll just spoon that around and put a prawn on the end of it. Now these noodles, as I said, are really, really long, and that's where the scissors come in handy. As you're putting it into your mouth, you just give it a clip like that.
Brilliant. This is one big bowl of goodness, isn't it, really? I'm really quite impressed.
Let me have another one.
Fabulous.
I love the flavour of the noodles. They've got that real sort of bitey texture to it. I love all the fresh ingredients in there. And the idea is you mix it all up, get into it, eat those noodles and the prawns, and this is a beautiful, beautiful, nice little dish.
Your friends will thank you, and so will your body.